Good afternoon. We're here this afternoon with this lovely young lady, Carrie, who is running for City Council of Henderson, Nevada. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Vince. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for taking the time. Carrie, I would like for you to explain to our audience a little bit about what are the responsibilities of a councilwoman and what can you do for the community?
Well, City Council works with land and zoning. So if you, and as well as business permits and getting businesses started. So if you came to me and said you wanted to open a business, you'd have to go through the process with the City of Henderson through licensing. And we're over that. And then you'd come into the City Council and get approval as your final thing that needs to be done before you open your business.
Does the City Council have a say in what the business license fee is?
You know, I believe that they have the ability to vote on that and set that. And I know that some of the things that I'm hearing is that we need a better business licensing process as far as maybe streamlining that a little bit more. I know Henderson's done, our employees have done a great, I shouldn't say those that work for the City of Henderson. I'm getting ahead of myself there, right? I'm going to be a City Councilwoman, but I'm not there yet. They do a fantastic job. But what I want to make sure when I get in there is that they have the resources and they have the proper equipment to make sure we can streamline that process.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know for a fact because we live on the Vegas side and we have a problem with the business license in Vegas. You get a business license from the state and then you might have to get another one from Clark County. And a lot of people are not aware of that. So that's very important, especially to build our economy, making it easier for people to establish a business. And one thing we know is the Asian community, they love to have their own business.
Right. Well, and that's one of my concerns with the Asian community. I talk about that a lot, is that I want to just make sure that we have a very fair, equitable process that allows whoever would like to open a business and they're able to do that they are able to get that through pretty quick. We lost a lot of businesses during COVID, and I know that that's across Nevada, but Henderson took a big hit also, and I just want to make sure that we can get some of those businesses back and help them do that. And so we want that to be a quick process, because if you're waiting for a business license and you have a lease already running because you've had to sign a lease and then you're not opening your business for 6 months, the expenses that go into just waiting to be able to open your doors can almost short circuit and kill a business before they even start.
So I want to put you on the spot.
Okay.
And let's assume that you had the authority to change that.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do to change it to make sure that the businesses who had to close up because of COVID are welcome back, and can you make it easier for them to come back?
Sure. I would put something in front of obviously the City Council and us look at, or they, all of us look at it and say, hey, how can we make this better, good, better, best? I want everything to be the best. And then go forward with that, put that up for a vote. I also want to just personalize everything. That's who I am. So I want to work directly with that business owner or the one that wants to start a business and help them through the process. I've been a business owner for most of my adult life, and I feel like I have a lot to offer someone that is starting up or someone that is struggling in their business, and I've already helped a lot of businesses on the side. I'm not, I try not to claim any part of that because I want them to own their own success. It's not because I have came to the rescue, but I have mentored some, and I want to continue to mentor. So that's how I feel I can best help, is be a resource and then direct them to resources for additional things that they need.
Good. Then maybe off camera, I'm going to ask you how you can mentor my organization.
Okay, let me do it.
You also mentioned City Council is involved in land management.
Yes.
What do you think about the extreme, and I'm going to say extreme because I believe it is, building that we have going on here in Nevada, especially in Las Vegas.
Right. You know, there's always a couple of sides involved in building and growth. And one of the things that we always need to look at, I feel, is that it's responsible.
Mhm.
That whatever we do, we have responsible planning. We are able to but to have a win-win. You know, we do have developers and builders, and they have land. They own the land. They intend to develop it, and you know, they own it. So I am not against growth. What I am against is, and not even against, but feel like we have really done a disservice to ourselves and to our public safety officers, is we have not in Henderson had a fire station built for over 15 years.
Really?
Really. The other thing is we're down 40% in officers due to retirement, retention, and lack of a robust recruitment program, and that is no disservice to the people that are doing recruiting, the officers that I have met that are trying to do that. They have other duties. They are doing much more with less. They have been for years. And so, you know, we've had the large amount of officers that have retired, those that are retiring early, the retention issue is huge. So one of those reasons why that is because they have such a large area to cover now. And at the most, we have 6 or 7 officers on at a time. And so
In
with
all of
our growth,
Henderson?
Yep. So with our growth, it's very, very important that we make sure that we pace our public safety, firefighters, first responders with our growth. And we've already missed the mark, so we have to play catch up. I am out recruiting for paramedics, officers, and firefighters, but really police are our most important number one thing we have to do, because without public safety in our schools, in our parks, in our homes, in our communities, at our workplaces, you're going to continue to see the rise in crime that we're seeing. Look at the news. I mean, there's just been this huge uptick in crime.
Yes.
And, you know, a lot say, well, I'm from, you know, LA, or I'm from New York, and I know what crime really is. And that I understand, to say, well, we've had a huge increase. We've gone up 90% in robberies. So for us, we might not be to an LA
Right.
designation yet, but we're going to be LA if we don't make sure we're
Yes.
pacing our public safety with our growth.
Because everything is relevant. The population in Nevada and Las Vegas is lower than LA or New York.
Correct.
So everything is relevant. Yes, I grew up in New York on the streets of Brooklyn. I know about crime, and I came here because when I came here 7 years ago, it was much better than it is now.
Right.
And for the police to come out and warn you now, don't go to this particular area because crime is up.
Yes.
That has to say a lot.
It does. And I also am seeing that they're in more affluent areas, we're seeing a higher crime rate in Anthem, McDonald Ranch. The other thing that I think says a lot is that for officers, for the HPOA, Henderson Police Officers Association, the Henderson Police Supervisors Association, and NAPSO to come out and endorse me. So I have all of the police endorsements. I'm the only candidate that has police endorsements. Firefighter, the Henderson Professional Firefighters, union. I'm the only one that has public safety behind me, and that says in a big way, I'm already out helping them. I have been for years, and it is a natural transition for me to go in and have a bigger voice, because I want to advocate for them. They need an advocate, and I want to be there for them.
My last question to you is, as a city council person, I know you probably have a priority list. Which would be your first priority that you would love to take care of?
Public safety, and then homelessness. We have to address the homeless population, especially homeless veterans. All homeless break my heart, but we have a large group of homeless veterans out there that I feel have just been forgotten. I'm also I'm the only candidate endorsed by veterans, and I just have to say that that's a big responsibility on me to be able to really get out and do what I've promised. And so those are my top 2 priorities, and then it would be education. As an educator, and I'm also, like I said, a business owner, but as an educator, I feel that we really need to make sure that we're taking a big step towards getting us up out of 49th or 50th. We've been there for so long, and I do feel that opting out of the district and having Henderson have its own school district would be a good move. I understand there's concerns about disenfranchising students. I have a plan so that would not happen. So I have been working on that for many, many years anyway, but I think now's the time, because we've tried everything else. At this point, what do we have to lose to be able to get our kids in a better spot? Because what we are losing is our children's education. And if we don't have an educated workforce, then that hits our economy. So it all works together.
Right. How could you bring in high quality, high paying jobs if you don't have the talent to fulfill that? So hopefully we can bring you back next time, and maybe you can elaborate on your plan.
I would love to.
Maybe after you become councilwoman.
Thank you.
Because we don't want anybody to steal your ideas.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, no, but thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here today with you and to give me a few minutes to put my name out there. If I could just tell everybody, if you want to get a hold of me, 702-306-3302. That is my cell phone number. You will get me. Also, you go to votecarriecox.com and learn more about me. And you can email me at votecarriecox@gmail.com. It's always a pleasure, Vince.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.